Hi there and welcome to another ATP review. Now today I'm going to be talking about lighting, and in particular these Moin lights, that's M-O-I-N. They're LED lights from a company called Mirfak. Now before I go any further, I must explain that I was sent these for review, but bear in mind that I only review things that I think I will like or I think you guys will like. So before I got sent them, I looked them up online, looked at their website, thought, yeah, they look pretty cool. They're very similar to the Lume Cube, but they're better in some respects. So I thought I'd go ahead and review them. Now, these are different in that they have an adjustable temperature gauge from 3200 Kelvin up to 5600, which is daylight temperature. That means at the lower setting, you can get some nice skin tones, some nice warm lighting for skin tones, if you're shooting video, that kind of thing. Now, these go up to 1000 lumens of brightness, but they have a 100% increase in brightness with a button you use on the app, but they still don't go as bright as the Lume Cube. So the only difference between these and the Lume Cubes, or the only thing that's worse about these than the Lume Cubes, is that this doesn't go quite as bright. These are incredibly bright, blindingly so, but they lack in other areas that I wish they had, that the Moin light actually has. So I'll run through those quickly. So you've got the adjustable temperature for a start. You've also got a 1000 lumens of brightness, whereas these are 1500, so it's quite a bit brighter. But what these have also got, they've got the similar water rating. They're waterproof to IP68, I think it is. I'm not sure how deep these goes, I haven't tried, but I know they'll go in up to sort of 10 meters quite easily. May go a lot deeper, but I haven't tried them, but I will do in the summer when the sun comes out. Now, what's good about these over the Lume Cube is that to charge this, you have to take off a cap on the back and then obviously put the micro USB in and charge it that way. Now, the beauty of this is there's no cap to take off, and they charge in quite a unique way via a USB cable, but with a magnetic charger. So you literally just put it on and plug it in and it'll charge without having to take any bits off, so you haven't got any movable parts on here. So I love that, and they actually charge really quickly. I think it was under an hour to get to 100%. So really impressed with how that side of things works. You've also got the tripod mount, so you can add these onto anything. You can see here I've put it onto a hot shoe adapter, so it will go onto a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, so you can actually use it for video work. They're bright enough for that, especially sort of more close-up shots. They won't replace any huge LED lights, obviously, but I love the fact that they're versatile in that respect. So you've got the hot shoe mount, like I said, the tripod mount, but you've also got, which is superb, is a magnetic mount. So I can actually attach it to anything metal like that, which is great because it means I can attach them to my car, to the outside of the car, or onto the fridge door. Anything made of metal I can actually attach these to, turn the light on, and I've got fantastic light anywhere I want pretty much. So if you couple that magneticness with the tripod mount, where you can use things like the grips, any sort of grips, the GoPro stuff, you've got your Gorilla grips, all that kind of stuff, you can pretty much put these anywhere and use them for anything like fill light or main lights or backlights, ABC lights, whatever. So I think these are pretty good. So they're waterproof, very versatile on where you can put them. They've got color temperature gauge, so you can go from warm to cold light. You've also got the free app. So very, very simple to set up. You literally just go into your phone and you turn on Bluetooth, and then you just open the app and you pair it using Bluetooth. So turn Bluetooth on your phone. The minute you hit the button on the back here, the blue light shows up. That means it's Bluetooth enabled. This will then show up on your list of available lights on your app, and then you just connect. So I've got Moin 1, which is that one, and that one's Moin 2. So that's now connected. And I select that one, and then I can turn the light on from here, and I can adjust various parameters. So as you can see there, the light is now on. If I turn everything down, so that's completely off. I'll put the cold light on, which you can see there, that's on at 50%. Put it up to 100%. That's as bright as that will go. But there is, like I said, within the app, a section where you can actually go to super bright mode. It says it increases by 100%, so let's see. Not sure if that was 100%, but it obviously got brighter, and you've got an overheating protection in there as well. So super bright mode, that's not too bad at all. That's pretty bright. Okay, so let's go back to the lights, and we're going to turn the cold light off and put the warm light on, and we're going to turn that right up, and again put it on super bright mode, which it's already on. So you can see that's a much warmer kind of light, great for skin tones, okay, for portraits or shooting people. Really like the versatility with that. And obviously I can mix the two. So if I bring the cold light in with that and turn that right up, I've now got both on. So warm off, warm on, cold off, cold on. So it's brilliant, really versatile. But the other thing with this that the Lume Cubes don't have is that you have a flashing mode. So if I turn to flashing mode, I can set it, I meant to say, if you're susceptible to flashing lights, please don't watch this bit. So you've got various parameters here. You can set it to 100th of a second down to 1 second. You can do light off time, so I can set this to go off after anything from 20 seconds to 3 seconds. But I've also got Morse code on here. So if I set the Morse code, I've got SOS sorted on there. So that will now do Morse code. So if you're out camping or somewhere or skiing and get stuck in an avalanche or something, you can actually set this to just keep going, repeating and repeating and repeating. So it's quite handy if you're in trouble. You can just have this going, and it's definitely bright enough for people to see. Okay, so that's another really neat feature. So turn that off, put the lights back on. So you can see, using the app, you've got some really good versatility. You've got things you can do, changing the color temperatures, the brightness, the flashing, all that kind of stuff. Now, the only downside is, with the Lume Cubes, you can actually have, I think, up to 5 Lume Cubes all lit at once, and you can change each one individually from the app at the same time. The only downside with this is you can link up as many Moin lights as you want, but you can only select one at a time to actually play about with. So you have to go into the settings and you have to actually select the light you want, then go back and then adjust the colors and everything, and then come off that one, install the other one or load the other one into the app and then adjust that. So you can't, it's a bit of a pain because you can't just do them all from the same app at the same time. You have to do each one individually, but once they're set up, then they're set up and ready to go. So that's fine. So that's the only downside with that. But what I also like about the lights, if I turn that off now, is that you get some really good accessories, and they're a lot cheaper than Lume Cubes. Don't get me wrong, I love these. I think they're brilliant. When I hold both of them in my hand, these feel solid. It's cold to the touch. They feel sturdy and really kind of durable. Now these are lighter, but they feel like a brushed metal, so you know they're going to be strong. They're not made of plastic, but they're much lighter, which you may well like. So it's horses for courses. With the actual kit, you obviously get the charger, and you get various little bits and pieces, but you don't get the other accessories. But what you can buy for, I think it's about $10, you get a really handy kind of dome that goes on the front, and when this is turned on, hold down for 3 seconds to turn on, and then the light's on. Now, before I go any further, there is a bit of another pain. With the Lume Cubes, you get 2 buttons. One does the flashing and turns it on and off, the other one adjusts the brightness up to 10 settings. With this, you've just got 5 settings. So once it's on, you go 1, 2, all right, it's changing the temperature, 3, 4, 5, then it goes back down, back onto blue color, and we go as bright as we can, and then we're back down there. And if I do a quick double tap, it turns on the other LEDs, the warm lights, then 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's quite difficult to get used to actually how that works on the back, but with a bit of practice and also using the app, it's a lot easier. So that diffuses really nicely again for video lights, so you can move that wherever you want when you're filming somebody, or if you want fill-in light, that kind of thing. So it's pretty good. Like I said, they're not amazingly bright, but they are good enough for kind of nice close-up portrait shots. So you've got that, but then also what you've got, if we take the dome bit out, you also, with that kit, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different filters. Now you've got a diffused one, I won't put that in, it does pretty much the same as the other one, but then you've got all the different colours. So you just slot these in, put it on the front, and then you can change all the colours. So we've got orange, and we've got yellow, greeny kind of thing, and we've got a proper green. Get there in a minute. So we've got a green light, and we've got blue. Very easy to slot in and out. I love that colour, by the way. That's fantastic for backlighting. See how amazing I look? Then we've got red. Okay, so if you had a set of these with different colors, you can set up some really nice kind of lighting for product stuff or portraits, that kind of thing. I think they're really good. So with the amount of versatility and with the accessories you can get and the ease of charging, the fact they're waterproof, I think these are really good lights. I will use them, and I do use the Lume Cubes already, so I'll definitely use these. Another area where I think these win over the Lume Cubes is that these will run on full power for up to 2 hours, whereas these will run for about, I think I did some tests. If you go to my review page and you look up the Lume Cubes, you will see that these got really, really hot after about 20 minutes of use on full power, and the batteries only lasted about 20 to 25 minutes on full power. On minimum power, on stage 1, they lasted 15 hours and they didn't get hot at all. So the only downside with those are they get super hot. These on full power don't get hot at all because they're LEDs, they run cool. So again, that's a big bonus with these. So full power for 2 hours, and then medium power and low power, they'll go for hours and hours and hours. So they're great for things like camping. If you go camping and you want a light, you've got something on your head, you can stick it on your head and read at night. They're good for just using like a torch. You can attach them to your body, you can put them on your push bike. So if you need a light at the front, either flashing or just like a normal cycle light, you can use that. So basically, I'll keep this as short as possible. I think these are really good lights if you need all that versatility and something for relatively close work, for portraits, video work, that kind of thing. So yeah, highly recommended. Check them out. And if you look on the actual page, on the review page, you'll see a lot more information about the cubes.